Alright, we back with Jiri Prochazka gameplay. I've been watching a lot of Jiri. Pretty much been going through his whole career. One of my favorite fighters on the roster. And I said, might as well make a video on him. But if I'm going to make a video, trying to use him a little bit like Jiri. So we're going to use a lot of head movement, switch stances, a lot of teeps. He loves his teeps, especially when he gets confident. He likes his teeps. He likes that lead hook. He really likes to throw straights and elbows. And he loves to... One thing that I've really noticed on Jiri, when he gets you hurt, he does jump on the clinch a lot, try to hit you with elbows, hit you with knees, and then he'll push you back in the range and he'll use his teeps again. So, gonna really try and use his weapons, and right there, get out of the clinch, and we get that elbow off, and we work to the body. So, really just trying to use his violence and his, his different tempos. He likes to really just throw things sometimes. And if I can bring that recklessness to UFC 5, should be a good video. So right here, we got Rampage Jackson. And, the main thing with Rampage is all that power that comes back at you. But if we can be like Jiri, work in the pocket, switch our stances, and get off a lot of violence in that pocket, we'll be good. Now right there, look, he overextends. What happens when somebody overextends? I say to more so hit to the body. Right there, we got a knee to the body right there. But knees, overhands, teeps, and especially since we have frontal assault. Frontal assault is really perfect for Charles, Jiri, where you can just keep that pressure, where you can just keep their teeps off, hurt their body health. Look at the stamina difference. He's really working right now, but the main thing here is that we go through and get our teeps off to that body. Getting that teeps to the body, big stamina changer. And when they get tired, your damage does way more. Just like that. Big hits for Jiri, man. And yeah, that's episode 1. It's not episode, my fault. I mean fight. But yeah, fight 1. So here's fight 2. Episode 1. Anyway, I'm tweaking. So here's fight 2. We got a Jan. We got a Jan Blachowicz. Same thing here. You use your teeps. Watch out for the leg kicks because he has a lot of kick power. Now his alter ego is much better. But same thing here. He wants to do what? He's throwing 1-2. 2-2. Like he's throwing 2 strike combinations. So we're going to come through here, try to intercept, plant our feet. We already got 1 drop, and then right there we dump them. What does dumping do? Dumping drops their stamina. So again, being violent with Jiri. Overextends with overhand. We're going to throw a teep because we're really trying to hurt his body health and then intercept with stuff up top. Now if we can do that, throw overhands, knees, anything like that, we're going to do really well here. Now I did try to throw that uppercut. What does that lead to? Getting rocked in the pocket. And that's okay, but we should be circling here. I will say I'm not circling. If you peep, I was standing still and they got me hurt. I was standing still watching. So you really want to use your footwork and your movement to your advantage. So right there, looking, he's been throwing a bunch of rounded strikes. And honestly, once he threw with the right hand, I try to weave out of there with the left hand. But with him using 1-2s and lead hook in the straight, it's really risky to jump backwards and pull because I'll take increased damage. So I'm trying to find a way to counter him. As you see, he really pushed me back behind that black line. I'm trying to find a way to get out of here. Now, I won't lie. UFC 5 has a lot of advantages to using forward pressure. So I really needed to find a way to hurt him, which luckily we got that rock off. And he tried to exchange while hurt, or while just stopping his rock phase, right? Which is the worst thing you can do because Jiri has a lot of power coming back at you, and I can use all that damage because I have the head health lead to keep hurting him. And right there, we're just kind of teeping behind the black line because if you teep them and you keep them behind that black line and you control the center of the octagon, they move slower. Their punches and everything comes out a little bit slower in exchanges. So the main thing here is they control the center of the octagon, control that black line, and make sure that everything is in our favor. And right there, he's out of there. That's fight number 2. So let's get over to fight number 3. Fight number 3, another Rampage. What do you do when you have a Rampage that's doing nothing? You try to control the center of the octagon. That is our main thing here. Controlling the center of the octagon, switching stances, being a little bit more wild, jumping out of range, and seeing what's coming at us. Now right there, what do we notice? We check the kick, but what do we notice? He's spamming 1-2s. Now I'm going to slip my head off the center line. Boom, throws an overhand. We slipped over the center line. Hurt him. He goes for uppercut, which is still up the center line, and we hurt him again. Now right here, I keep hurting him, right? And he's throwing stuff that keeps going straight. So what do? Keep moving our head side to side. Uppercut, uppercut, uppercut. And we going to slip off the center line again, throw that uppercut. teep, but we threw it to the face. Get him out of there. That's how you use Jiri. A lot of violence, a lot of success early. And that's pretty much a perfect fight right there. Like, nothing you can really say. I got off the center line once I realized his offense and got him going.
Ready. Good.
Now let's see. Paul Craig. What is Paul Craig like? Jiu-Jitsu. Paul Craig is really good at being a jiu-jitsu wizard, and honestly, I'm not worried about that. I'll clinch him back. I'm not scared of the Paul Craig magic. You know what I'm saying? He beat Ankalaev, but we not big Ank. We Jiri, so we're gonna come in here. We're gonna work the body. Paul Craig can't throw hands with us. That's the main thing. Like, you know, Paul Craig can't throw hands with you. So we're gonna control the center line, and we're gonna keep working his body. Because if there's one thing you can't do, it's get successful submissions off when you have less stamina. Now, he did make an adjustment. He peeped me keep going to the body. And, yeah, not gonna lie. He threw it uppercut and it caught me. Now, we are still getting somehow trapped behind the back line. And I will say, this is a problem with UFC 5. I have a high footwork stat, but even against a Paul Craig that just wants to throw 1-2s and use forward pressure, we can't get him off of us. Like, that's weird. Look at this. He's just going forward, throwing significant strikes, and we can't really get him off of us. We use the jab. We use the moving jab to try and get out of the way. And still, he's in our face. Like, none of our stuff is pushing him back. The only thing that you can really do here is a teep. But he's so close that I'm trying to teep him, but it'll just turn to a knee. So, right there, trying to do a little bit too much head movement. But that's the thing with Jiri. His fights get wild, and he takes some damage sometimes, but we're always in control. Because at the end of the day, we're going to get that knockout. And right there, he whiffs, teep him, goes into a head kick. The violence is still in our control. And that's another fight with Jiri. You're not really scared of anything coming back, but you're still in control. Now right here, Pereira. That's that Jiri kryptonite. He can swing with you in the pocket. He can calf kick you to get your power going. And last but not least, everything you throw, he throws better. Like, he has much better move level. He's just a better pick. I'm not going to lie to you. Also, Jiri, because of the way he fights in real life, I believe he has an 87 blocking in this game. So you really have to be careful when you use them. Can't really rely on blocking. You have to rely on being in the right spots and finding yourself doing a lot of good counter work, such as if they whiff a kick, you throw that head kick back. Now, right here, realize he liked the flying knee. So what does that mean? Pay attention to the flying knee and pay attention to things coming up the middle, because that's probably what he'll do. Now, right here, he's winning the stamina advantage because all his stuff hits hard, and he's catching me in high vulnerability spots. Right there, I overextended to the body. I overly stepped back. If you pay attention, I'm giving him a little too much respect, but that's because I didn't like getting hit. We checked the kick, and that's okay. But yeah, you try to make sure that when you're in control like this, you take advantage of the fact that they are throwing really crazy stuff. And the main thing here, look out for what they're throwing. I'm ducking down. He's thrown 3 flying knees. Why are you ducking down in that situation? Don't do that. And now he's got a bunch of damage on me. But here he's never out of a fight. So we're going to get here. We're going to frame off. We're going to find a way to hold R2, L2 and pull it towards the camera. So like pull it down. And we got out of there. So now we're just trying to reset. Boom. Spinning kick has a lot of... that spinning kick, right, has a very high window for you to land your head kick counter. Once he whiffed it, just fire off a head kick. And that's what we did. We get the rock there. And then last but not least, we get the flying knee while he's hurt. And he ducked down. Fight over. And that's pretty much how you use Jiri. You're never out of a fight. You have a lot of violent moves. You have the power. And last but not least, he's a really fun pick. Real fun fighter in real life. I really like him. And that's pretty much it. That's the video. Like and subscribe. Share the video. And yeah, if you learned anything, put anything in the comments. Put fighters you like. And that's about it. See you in the next one.